So I don't think it's a secret or anything. Currently, with the content that's in the game, you can really only find open world PvP in the end game zones like Shattered Mountain and some of the elite zones like Scorched Mines and stuff like that. And one of the things I generally like to do is solo Scorched Mines to get my Orichalcum. And a lot of the time, what ends up happening is we get giant guild runs that come running through, and as you can see, it's quite a bit of people. It's not generally the type of fight that I expect to win. Like, I'm not expecting to be out here 1v15 all these people, but nonetheless, this is still probably the most fun world PvP that you can get in the game right now. And you can see I'm already just picking at these guys and trying to see if I can pull a couple of them away from the main Zerg to see if I can pull a couple of smaller fights. But the thing that can make this not as fun sometimes is when the guilds are not really there to fight. And a lot of the times the general mood kind of gets soured when only one person wants to PvP. So what ends up happening a lot of the times is I'll fight them for a little bit and they get annoyed after a certain point, and it kind of just turns into banter back and forth in chat. So I do kind of go ahead and look for a couple of more kills here, but I do end up kind of just taking my leave because, like I said, these guys don't really want to fight. But as I'm on my way out here, we do end up running into a couple of the players that are running back into the zone here. So you see I kind of pick off the first tank that I see there. We get a nice little clean 1v1, but we still have a couple of ranged builds kind of shooting us from the cliffs there while we have a lot of these mobs on us. And one of the things that's that you have to pay attention to when fighting in elite zones is the mobs. This zone especially has a ton of snipers, so it can get to be quite difficult to fight when you have multiple people and multiple sniper mobs on you shooting you. You see, I'm trying to do a good of a job as I can to try to separate people and get myself into 1v1s, which I am able to do here. I'm getting quite a couple of kills. We managed to take out the healer and the tank when they were separated. And I switched my attention back to the bowman here, but he kind of retreats as he notices that he's alone. But we still do have a couple of snipers here, and I want to see if I can try to take them out if I can. But people kind of just keep coming, enemy players that is, keep coming into our range, so we just kind of keep taking fights as they come. We jump on to the next player here. She gets a really nice cancel on our Incinerate with her Void Scream, but we still have a ton of damage into her. We're not letting her get too much trade potential with the Void Blade, and we do finish the kill, but with two snipers and the enemy bowman there, we do finally end up getting taken out, and I do take my leave. But I think a couple of days later, I end up showing back, and it does look to be the same guild, but like I said, because they weren't really trying to fight last time, I just kind of run through them to see if anybody's willing to fight. Nobody kind of bites, so I'm on my way out, and that right there is all I need. I see a single bow shot, and I'm like, alright, it's on. So we start throwing in some fire staff attacks to see if we can pull a couple of these players here and separate them from the main group. And I'm trying to just get an idea of the builds that I'm going to have to be fighting against here. So you can see right away we have a hammer player, at least one or two hammer players that are going to be a problem. We have a spear player that we're going to have to deal with, so we have quite a few melee. But my main goal here is going to try to be to take out the ranged threats if possible first. So you see we get caught by two gravels, we get almost taken out there, but we managed to get out with our flesh. And I'm just trying to not let myself get caught and bogged down, and find an opening for me to start taking out some opponents here. You see they have a rifle ice gauntlet user here, which is probably going to be my primary focus, just to try to get him out of the fight. But as you see, they start to turn around. They separate quite a bit, and I find an opening to get I kill her before they all collapse on me. So we jump onto the first player, we hit her with the parry, and she gets blown up by the mine right after from the NPC, so we get our first kill right away. We flame dash through the hammer player to get the confirm on that kill, and I'm just going to keep spacing and trying to gauge what enemies are on my or in my immediate distance right now. So we still have the hatchet player and a fire staff user in the back there, but like I said, I'm going to try to go ahead and focus the hatchet player first if I can. So I'm trying to go super aggro on him. He's aware and is pretty squishy, and every time I jump onto him, he just kind of retreats, does a couple of double dodges, and the melee have time to catch up to me there. But I'm trying to do a good job of avoiding damage from the melees and not get caught. We do a good job of avoiding the hammer stun there. We land a parry into one of the hammer players. Because of the grit that we gain from our parry, we just sit through the stun, finish off one of the hammer players, and we're left to just a couple of melees and this hatchet player here. So I switch my attention immediately back to the hatchet player, try to get him taken out before some of these players respawn and get back to us. We get him very, very low, but we're caught in an ice storm and we get caught by the hammer stun there. So we're got quite a few debuffs on us, and I'm also taking some shots from some NPCs. So I'm just trying to weave my way through the combat here without getting caught by any big stuns. We're flame dashing through, just continuously direction changing to make sure they can't get a hard read on us. And I'm trying to do my best to focus that rifle player, but he's doing a really, really good job of evading. And the melee just keep catching back onto us. So I'm going to keep on moving here, trying my best to not get caught by anything. We flame dash back over to the rifle player, get him quite low, but he pops a potion, and we have him almost taken out again. But as soon as we get him low, the melee hammer players get in our face. We get caught by a couple of stuns there, almost get taken out, but we just managed to roll out, pop a regen potion, and we flush through the gravel again. Just avoiding a ton of CCs here while trying to take out this rifle player. And he forgets to heal. We managed to land the fireball across the way there, finish off the hatchet player finally, and then we're left to just the two hammer players, the spear and the mage. So I put a stun into that spear player, flush through to get the finish off on the hatchet player that we finished. And now that we've dealt with a lot of the ranged pressure, we can now deal with the melees here. So I switch my attention back. We get a ton of damage in with the fire staff damage to get a roll after the fireball into an incinerate. We have one of them very, very low, and because we're in an outnumbered fight, they kind of forget to heal and keep their health topped up. We get another beautiful finish there. Switch our attention back to the other rifle player. We get caught in a trap there, but we are pretty healthy, to be honest. I jug a potion while we're in it, land a beautiful parry into the hammer stun, get the third finish off, and we're left to just the hatchet player that's respawned and made his way back to the fight there. But just a beautiful, beautiful 1v5 there. I really, really, really enjoy fights like this because it's the part about it that makes it really fun to me is separating the fights or separating the groups, making it a more manageable fight for yourself, and gauging your opponents to try to figure out which targets are the best to take down first. And yeah, I just cannot wait for some more open world content so that we can get fights just in different places of the map, because I feel there's so much potential for it. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day.